Alrighty, so we just got done. We're in the car right now. We were at the Zak Bagans museum with a bunch of haunted artifacts. There's a lot of really cool stuff in there. So we're gonna go ahead and talk to you about that, make this video about all of that. Vegas is a wonderful place, and the museums here are really cool. I think my only thing is I feel like the museum was like scary enough on its own, and I feel like kind of the jump scares, some of the jump scares were like, which I know, spoiler alert, I probably should have said that first. There's jump scares, and I like, this is how I feel. Okay, the museum is scary enough, like with the stuff and with all the crazy artifacts and stuff, and it has the crying boy painting, stuff from the Titanic, the Captain Mulligan or something like that, mirror, has like a bunch of like really authentic stuff, like celebrities, some of the stuff that they had. We couldn't take any video. I wish I could have taken a video. There's skeletons in there. There's like the haunted rocking chair. There's just a bunch of like really like cool, scary stuff, and then there's like serial killer, like going through that. That's kind of a summary basically of what's in there, but shout out to Little Miss Firefly, the little doll that was in the closet that ran out, was one of the jump scares. But that was one of the things that I was not a fan of. Now here's a bunch of things that I was a fan of. First off, I got this is a little key. I like keys. I got this key in the gift shop, and I also got this key in the gift shop. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I was not gonna get sage because I feel like if I'm getting possessed, like, I mean, I don't really know gymnastics that well anyway, and like if I get possessed, like, that's just gonna make me cooler. But there's another key. Isn't that so wicked? Like, look at that. All right, so I guess I'm gonna start this off. Well, I've already started it, but I'm gonna go ahead and what was the three coolest things in there? You hold the camera while you're talking so I can put this back.
Okay. The prison room was pretty cool.
Prison room.
Yeah, it had all the prisoners, the serial killers, and all their like paraphernalia. What's the word I'm looking for?
I guess it is paraphernalia. Artwork.
Oh
my god, artwork. Let me see. Okay, so what is up with serial killers becoming artists? Like, every single one of them had like art, and it was pretty damn good. So
yeah, no.
I guess that's a trait to kind of look for. If someone's really good at art, you know, they could be killing people. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead and say something else. You got number one, the prison room.
The room with the dude who was torturing people. It's like, whoa,
with the electric?
Yeah, with all the electric
yeah,
stuff. I never heard of that guy.
I can't remember his name. There was this guy, and he put like several volts of electricity in people, and like, I think one of the things that really struck me about that room is like one of his like things that they were like, well, do you want to say anything about this? And he goes, yeah, there couldn't have been a nicer guy I could have killed. And I was like, that's pretty wicked.
Yeah, no, right?
Go ahead.
The one serial killer was jealous, the other serial killer was getting more.
That was the same one.
Yeah, I know, but it's just funny to me.
Yeah.
They're jealous. Let's see here. The creepy doll was not creepy. The doll in the beginning of it was creepy.
Annabelle, the creepy doll, the one you're not supposed to look in her eyes. Yeah, I looked in her eyes. Alright. This is another thing that I have with this jump scares. Like, I came here and I thought it was like a museum. And I thought that like this stuff was like scary enough on its own, you know? Because it is pretty creepy. But so they have it in there where they have like this thing where you can like ask it questions, and they have it to where you can understand the doll, and it just seemed like a lot of the stuff was repeating, and I feel like nobody was really asking questions out loud. Like, they could have been doing it in their head, and like maybe the doll was responding, I guess. But I don't know, it kind of ruined it for me. Like, I didn't want to look in the eyes, but at the same time, like, after that I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm looking in the eyes. And like, they were like, oh yeah, if you look in the eyes then you'll have a heart attack or heart palpitations, or, you know, I guess, I don't know. I thought it would be cooler. I thought the doll would be cooler. Like, that's kind of one of the ones that I was, like, really excited for.
After a while, it just was kind of repetitive.
Yeah.
Like, there's multiple dolls.
There was.
Multiple clown thingies.
Yeah.
But...
Okay, so for my top 3, my first favorite was there was a guy in there doing sideshow stuff. It was so cool. He put little clips in his eye sockets and, like, moved a freaking bucket around. And then, he put, like, a screwdriver in his head. So dope. Really dope. Second was... Let me think. Oh, I mean, you know, I know I already said something about this, but the paintings, they were, like, really cool. John Wayne Gacy actually had some pretty cool paintings. Like, I'm actually, like, a fan of, which I'm gonna, this is gonna be taken out of context, but, I'm a fan of, like Hitler's, like, some of his artwork, I'm actually a fan of. And John Wayne Gacy, same thing. It's like, I don't know, it's just something that I liked. And then, who was the guy that, the suicide guy?
What was that guy? Oh, the dude who killed people in his van?
Okay, so there's a guy that... We're bad with names, I guess. There's a guy who killed people in his van, and they had some of his painting up. And, like, the artwork was just phenomenal, and I loved it so much. So he didn't kill people in his van. He assisted suicide, and that was actually going to be my number 2. But I'm just going to... Actually, we'll just do 2.5. So he... First of all, props on the van. Van's pretty dope. Wasn't taken care of, but it's dope. He assisted suicide, and I know it's kind of a touchy subject, but I kind of agree. And, like, I feel like some of the last words of the people where they were, like, on the walls and stuff, and, like, they really appreciated it. Like, the people are dying from Alzheimer's, and they got to push the button to actually, you know, do the deed. Yeah, like, it's not like they're, you know, letting it to where their freaking kids are going to discover their body and stuff like that. I feel like if you're going to commit suicide, you should probably do it like that. And I'm all for, you know, assisted. I feel like it should be legalized. I'm sure. I also believe there should be, like, regulation. But yeah, no. So that was, like, a really cool part of the museum. What else?
A really long wait. What was that?
Oh well, I'll do the things I didn't like because there's enough to where I can make a list.
Oh, okay.
What was the? All the tour guides are really nice.
Yeah, they were really nice.
So I will say that everybody there was really, really respectful, nice, and, like, awesome. Like, everybody that worked there really cool. Now the 3 things that I really, really did not like. One, of course, I already said this, I did not like the jump scares. I'm just saying, the artifacts are scary on their own. You don't need to add that. Like, it's
more of a haunted house than a museum.
Yeah, it kind of gives, like, haunted house vibes, and, like, it takes away from the authenticity of the items when you're doing jump scares, which I just don't understand. Number 2, the second thing I really didn't like was the wait is, like, super damn long. Oh my god, the waiver is hilarious.
Tour, first of all.
It's a guided tour. And they do kind of
bad. It was just bad because
there's so many things
to read and
like
see.
This guy is a hoarder. This guy's a hoarder. There's so many things to see, and it just feels so fast. And I understand they're trying to, like, cycle people through, and, like, I know that's why the wait's long, but it's just I don't know. It was hard to. I don't know. It was hard to freaking see everything. Like, there was so much. Like, there's a voodoo doll that I didn't get to see until the end because we were being pushed to keep going, and, like, I really wanted to see the voodoo doll because I just, like, I thought it was cool. But that was the wait was. It was 2 hours. It was a 2-hour wait. It was how much? $90 for 2 people.
If you're military,
it's $77 for 2 people.
Alright. Is this the gate?
So yeah, this should be the gate, I think. Yeah, there we go. All right,
You're gonna be mad
and
when
then
we're gone for lunch.
the third thing. The third thing you didn't. It's not like don't like.
I feel like if it was less people in the groups, it would have took less time.
Yeah, if there's less people in the group, that's one. Here, you know what? I'm gonna add another one. Why can we not record? That's one of like I understand that
They
you
don't
want
spoilers.
you want people to come to the museum. I get that. Okay. You know what? Even recording, I understand. Like you don't want to you don't want to give spoilers away. That's cool. But like pictures, like I can't take any pictures. Like there's so much to see. You're getting kind of pushed through. And you're missing like so much stuff. Like, what if people take pictures and then they see stuff behind them, and then like that would be so cool. But it's just.
Oh, even if they had like a 10 glow
I thought they would have maybe like you go through, you know, and this would be cool if they had like a jump scare where they took a picture of you, but they didn't do any of that. So like, I'm a big fan of pictures and recording. Like, obviously, I'm making this video, but I don't know. That's just how I feel. I was expecting a lot from this museum, and I haven't really expected anything from any of the other museums that I visited, but I was expecting a lot from this museum. So I feel like, so if I was to rate it out of 10, probably a 7, and I would recommend.
In terms of quality of the exhibits, and
The exhibit 10.
Holy crap! The
11.
craftsmanship is incredible. The meticulous detail.
It's very, I mean, even the stuff that's not like authentic from like the actual scary item, like it looks
like the barn.
The barn
like you could
was
feel the creaking
so.
in the wood.
You were in that environment, and I really enjoyed that a lot. That was another exhibit that was really nice. There was a guy, his mother died, and he would kill people and like make skins of their bodies and like get in and
the
like.
Guy was inspired the Texas tank.
Yeah, and there's like a cauldron there. It was really nice. Then there's this mirror. See, there's so many things I just keep remembering. The mirror. What's it called? The devil mirror.
Yeah, it's Dracula's mirror. Like
Dracula's
the guy who
mirror.
played Dracula's mirror in there.
So you were looking in it, and they were like, yeah, so you might see something. Don't look at it for too long. It looked like just a mirror. I don't know. I don't know. The way that they build it up to where like, oh yeah, nosebleeds and headaches and explosions. I don't know.
Heart
Like,
attacks.
Heart attacks and death, and like I just thought that, you know, I thought that might happen to somebody. Not a heart attack, but like maybe
Oh man.
like touched, like I don't know.
You wanted somebody to get a heart attack.
I do not want a heart attack. I don't know. It was worth it. It was definitely worth the money.
Yeah, it wasn't like a waste of money.
It wasn't a waste of money. It was just stuff that I didn't like. There was stuff I didn't like about it, but there was a lot of stuff I loved about it. Will I go back? Maybe. This is not one of the ones where I'm like 100% will go back. Like I feel like when you see it once, like you kind of get the gist. Even if they were like, yeah, we're gonna add new exhibits. They've got to be some pretty good exhibits for me to come back. There's this one exhibit with the celebrities and the stuff that they had. Robin Williams had a suit. I'm like right in my eyes.
I know.
Robin Williams had a suit, and it's in there. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh no, not Robin Williams. Where's my sunglasses? Let me pause it. Okay, had to find sunglasses. So yeah, Robin Williams shirt, and I was like, oh no, not him. And then they kind of added a couple like little things. They had a little O.J. Simpson thing in the.
For a museum that's only 2 years old, it's pretty impressive.
You know what? That's a fact. For 2 years, definitely. I might come in 5 years when they have several exhibits that I haven't seen. But once you see all the exhibits, like I guess, I mean, if you live here, then maybe you could go through. But like we live a while away, and it's like kind of a once a year thing that we come. So I feel like there's so much to see in Vegas that maybe not spend 2 hours in line here.
Again.
Again, let me put that. For everybody out there, I do, however, recommend it at least one time. It is a good museum, and I feel like anybody would find it interesting. So with that said, like, subscribe. Bye bye. What?
I missed the enter here. Is that on?